Hello and welcome, Belgium, France fans, baseball fans from around the world to Burgerhout Swirls here in the Antwerp region in Belgium. I'm Jamie Flint in the booth. Alongside me, working all of the technical gadgets, is Arno Verbeke. We have our scorers in the booth for this evening as well with us. Very, very interesting setup here at Burgerhout Swirls. We are ready for a Euro Baseball 25 warm-up series, game one tonight here at Burgerhout, starting between the Belgian Red Hawks and the Équipe de France, France baseball. Tonight, we are slated for a first pitch here at 6 p.m., but it looks like the Belgian Red Hawks are on the field. The umpires, which I'll go over in a minute, are ready, both managers, marketing teams on the field ready to rock and roll, so we may get started even a bit earlier. For those of you that know and follow Belgian baseball, we have 3 Belgian umpires that have experience all over Europe umpiring tonight's friendly match. Behind the plate is Jules Martina. At first base is Ken Macri, and at third base, stepping in, is Damon Basin. My scorers in the booth with me tonight are Louis Vichelmacher and Marlene Verbost. We're going to see a plethora of scorers, umpires from Belgium's best, along with the Red Hawks, Belgium's best, in this three-game series between the Red Hawks and the team just across, over towards the west side, just across the border from France. Now, Belgium is going to host here at the Pool D Arena, the Pool D field and stadium and facilities of the Burgerhout Swirls, the first 2 games. And then the field crew is going to take some time to get the field ready again for the D pool of Euro Baseball 2025, and thus Game 3 will be played down in the Brussels region with the Maritime Cats, at the Maritime Cats, I should say. Warm-up pitches from the Belgian Red Hawks starting pitcher this evening are almost complete. The field is in pristine condition thanks to all of the many, many volunteers that are helping out to bring Euro Baseball Group D, Pool D, to Belgium and to Burgerhout Swirls. The starting pitcher for the Belgian Red Hawks this evening is number 37, Marl van Mook, who has pitched in the current playoff system that Belgium has now developed with the Dern Spartans right across the airport here, as well as with the Oosterhout Twins up north in Netherlands. As we get set for first pitch, here we go. The time of first pitch and the first swing is 5:52 p.m. here local time, Central European time, as Marl van Mook delivers strike 1 to the leadoff French batter. 2 strikes directly to Geminian, the first batter for the French team, batting from the right side. We'll go through the lineups. We'll go through a lot of working things here on our YouTube stream to make sure that we're ready for Euro Baseball. These are warm-ups for just about everybody, as a breaking ball is thrown into the plate just before the plate by Van Mook. Morrow, an excellent season up in Holland. Does throw strike 3, not initially called. Looked like the catcher and his battery mate, Axel Poosmans, squeezed it, but Axel, to be sure, did tag the batter then runner on the drop third strike play to retire the first batter. Bringing up Hanivi, number 4, the designated hitter for the French team this evening. favorable Belgian call on an inside slider from Van Mook. Again, a first pitch strike from Morrow. I would say, arguably, it's an excellent setup here at Burgerhout for us in the booth. I have two scorers, three really now, with tomorrow's scorer in the booth with me. Some helping hands, Arno next to me. We're going to bring you good baseball for the next several days, and it looks like Marlo Van Mook is going to also bring us some good pitches off of the mound early here as he gets ahead in the count with now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a ball left up. And the 8th pitch thrown by Van Mook today is fouled off to the right side. Batting cages on the right side. The Squirrels have implemented a bullpen on the field for the visiting teams down the first baseline. The bullpen is in right field for the home team. As Van Mook strikes out his second batter faced. Looked to be a changeup. If I know Morrow well, it is a changeup. Morrow helping a lot with youth baseball. Came up through a very, very good little league thanks to his father, who is a manager, a team manager, I should say, not the manager, a team manager for Team Belgium, the Red Hawks, and of course, Carina de Brouwer, who is now next to me, her son currently in right field for the Belgian Red Hawks. This Van Mook, again, he's now 3 for 3 on first pitch strikes to start this game for the Red Hawks. As his sinking two-seam fastball is zipped in for pitch 2. A very, very competitive inning here from Morrow, and just probably what Coach Mark Janse wants to see from his Belgian young arm. As this one is a strike 3, called this time as Poesmans whips the ball over to Dennis de Quint, the third baseman for Belgium. We'll stick with you and not go around for a break right now. That way we're able to read off some of the lineups for you in this Belgium-France game. So let's go with Belgium first. You should be seeing it on your screen here. But the likes of some of Belgium's best and some players that are also playing up in Holland, primarily for the Red Hawks. From top to bottom, you have Steve Delanois captaining the outfield. Alongside him to his left in left field, to his right in left field is Zander Verspreid, and Zion de Brouwer, as already mentioned, is in right field. The keystone for the Belgian Red Hawks this evening, Benjamin Goffaux, last year's MVP, 2024's MVP in the Belgian League, is along with Robin Rovers, his second baseman, Dennis de Quint and Sam Boermans. They handle the corner infield positions, and we've already gone over our pitch-catch duo in Maro Van Mook and Axel Boesmans. We'll be right back with a short break, and we'll announce next the French lineup. Stay with us. And here is the French lineup in front of you. We'll go over some of the names as the game progresses. France coming over to Belgium, but we now have our first Red Hawk stepping to the plates. In the shortstop, that's number 2, Benjamin Goffaux. And Benji, another outstanding season here in Belgium. We'll see the first pitch thrown by the French arm. French arm tonight is Quentin Malin, and Malin, number 10, throws his first pitch outside in the left-hander batter's box, so Goffaux gets ahead in the count early here. Talked a little bit about GoFo for a minute there, and I'm trying to get some stats and things like that to you guys as we go along through our warm-up process also as a team here in the booth. Quite an impressive slash line from Benji in 2024, and he replicated most of it this year in 2025. But as the MVP in the Belgian First Division last year, GoFo was 434, 515, 614 slash line. Outstanding for Benji. Benji right now, something else he does very well and something you want from your leadoff is see a lot of pitches. Benji ahead in the count with a 3-1 count. Looking for our first runner here in the bottom half of the first inning. This one fouled back along the street, about 20 meters between the home dugout on the right side, our camera on the right side, the batting cages. Right field here at Burgerhout is a youth baseball field, softball field as well. So the dugout in right field will be visible for you with anything we get down there, both dugouts for the youth field. Here's a full count pitch to GoFo. So he does slice one down the right field line. A good quality at bats of now more than 6 pitches from Benji. Benji, one of the French-speaking players on the Red Hawks, leading off in this here friendly series. Moline tries to dot an inside fastball. He misses it according to Martina behind home plate. And so the umpires will move into their positions. Damon Basin will move over towards the second base side, while Ken Macri stays at first. And the Belgium Red Hawks have the first runner of the game via the base on them. That'll bring Belgium's second batter to the plate. That's Steve Delanois, a big swing there from Steve, but a big, important guy here at Burgerhout Squirrels for many years before his transfer to the Brascott Braves. And recently, Steve, a champion of the First Division in Belgium in the new playoff system. So Steve does get behind as Moulin throws strike one. Now strike two comes in on an off-speed. GoFo was one of the leading base stealers in the country in the First Division in Belgium. We'll see what third base coach Sven Hendricks decides to do with an 0-2 count here to the lefty Delanois. GoFo does go, and it's actually a very, very well hit ball on a, well, probably not a hit and run situation, but a ball that Steve has to swing at in the zone. Chops it to the left side. Steve, a decent runner, but an easy enough 5-3 put out by l'équipe de France. Does move the runner into scoring position, Steve, so can be marked as a quality at bats to move the runner over, a quasi-bunt, for what you will. Now brings number 7, the designated hitter for the Belgian Red Hawks to the plate, Drew Jansen. Drew also an outstanding club season up in Holland. Just got done. Drew takes a backing up off-speed pitch for ball 1. You see we have multiple screens. We're able to try some picture-in-picture. We're working on our left field camera side, as Arno grimaces to me, but that is going to get better as the week goes. We can see a lot of wind here right next to the airports, as ball 1 is delivered low. So 1-1 count here for Drew Jansen. Drew, very much a softball supporter, as his girlfriend Kate Geldahl had an excellent performance this last week, as those that follow Belgian baseball know, for the Belgian Wildcats. We may have Belgian Wildcat coach, I actually see Kate below us right now, we may have Belgian Wildcats coach Riley Donovan join us in the booth at some point here during the game, talk a little bit about how the softball ladies did over in Prague during the last week. That European Championship just happened. But right now it's all about Drew as he takes the ball outside in the dirt. The catcher for France is Nolan Solivier, and he was the victim of Marl van Mook's punch-out strikeout, but he blocked that one nice before asking for an inside ball that was too far inside to Drew Janse, so Drew Janse will walk. Second free pass and a current freebie war victory, albeit in the first inning for the Belgian Red Hawks. Bringing Axel Peusmans, number 6, the catcher, to the plate for the Red Hawks. Axel is a do-it-all, do-everything guy for Belgian and baseball and softball right now, especially on the Flemish side. A BSV employee doing as much as he can for all levels of Flemish side baseball, and also involved with a lot of things. Many of the graphics you'll see, videos you'll see about the Belgian Red Hawks, he has a hand in and does a great job with. Of course, he's hoping himself to have now an excellent tournament on the field. It's 0-1 now to Peusmans. So that ball is low outside, bringing the count back to even. Axel's brother's on the bench tonight, starting on the bench. We're expecting a lot of switches. We're not expecting 9 innings unless this game picks up its pace a little bit, as sundown around 8 o'clock will be pushing us. As Axel fouls on off to the right side to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Axel has spent a lot of time in Belgian baseball as a player as well, but joining the Oosterhout Twins up to the north and having an excellent playoff season with them in Holland. Axel will be certainly coach and manager's Mark Janssen's first option behind the plate, as Axel does strike out. Big part of the game now, the strikeouts. So Axel is retired, with Belgium still threatening here in the bottom half of the first inning. And they'll threaten now with another newly crowned Belgian playoff champion, Robin Roeves, number 10, the second baseman for Belgium tonight. He'll come in with a clean count, 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Red Hawks. First pitch swinging from Robin. But we do get a beautiful day, a Belgian weather day full of baseball, some rain, the field crew doing a great job, as you see before home plate a little bit there. The field is in excellent condition. It's not only been today that's made it in excellent condition, the volunteers of the Squirrels have been working on it since youth preparations for national team, slow pitch national team preparations took place here in Burgerhout throughout the summer. So it has taken some time, but it is ready for Euro Baseball D-Pool, as Rubens chops one off to the left side. Nothing doing for him here, as the count now is in the favor of the French side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-strike hitting, an important part of baseball, and Robin Rubens, one of the very best at that in Belgium, in the Belgian competition, looking to drive in the first run of the game here this evening. He does pop one up to the right side. Should be no trouble for the France first baseman. So, not a 1-2-3 inning for the French, but a 0 on the scorecard. Right now, we are through 1 inning here at Borgerhout in the Antwerp region, home of the Squirrels. It's 7 minutes after 6 p.m. Bit of rain here and there, and we'll keep you with the Red Hawks. We'll keep you with Team France for the rest of the evening and tomorrow as well. We'll be right back. one. So I misspoke earlier as Axel Postmans gets his warm-up throw in down to Robin Roelvers about Yves Postmans being available on the bench for the Belgian Red Hawks tonight. He is not. We don't know why, but he is there. We've seen him. So let's talk a little bit more about the Red Hawks and what they got going on. They got Cedric Desmet, a pitcher, Lino Bellardini, Brendan Verspreid, Nick Van Tillo, Lucas Rizzi, Kevin Desmet, Rabo de Boy, Arthur Heemans, and Raxin Martinez Miranda on the bench for the Red Hawks, as Daniel Patrice will start the second inning, and Mauro Van Mook picks up right where he left off with another first pitch. Will say it's excellent having the scorers right next to me here in Belgium, in Borgerhout, able to tell me, pick me up on some things. It's an excellent setup, and the Borgerhout Squirrels are playing wonderful hosts so far to what we have here as a warm-up game in Antwerp. Mauro Van Mook fell back into an even count before delivering a slider for strike two to Daniel Patrice. Two now the count. And the French team, we have more and more information on all the time. They do keep it a little bit secretive, as teams do at this time of a tournament or pre-tournament. We're really hoping as this ball is hit to Dennis DeQuint at third base. An easy enough play for the Red Hawks third baseman this evening. Retires Patrice 5-3. We will try to get more information about l'équipe de France as we move into the week. But we'll do what we can, of course, to bring you good baseball, good commentary, good streaming tonight here from Borgerhout. Here is Coach Felix Brown. Coach Felix, I know personally as a youth coach for France as well, so we see that in both teams. Coaches that are Red Hawks, coaches that are French national team players, and Felix stepping in for the left side into the left-hander's batter's box as Postmans behind the plate asks for a new baseball as the first pitch ball is thrown in 5 batters by Mauro Van Mook. We're into the second inning here in Borgerhout. Borgerhout, home of the Squirrels, one of the oldest clubs in Belgium, established in 1947. Home of a bunch of people that do very, very well as far as baseball and softball are concerned in Belgium. So the Squirrels, the 17th of September in 1947, are only about 20 years away from their 100-year anniversary. 80 coming up in 2 years. We'll talk more about it, and I will repeat some things, especially as we get to the real Euro baseball streams, as France has a runner now on first base in the meantime. We'll repeat some statistics, find the ones you like. We're hoping you can give us feedback on the YouTube stream. That is available right now. So feedback about how we're sounding. Can't change my voice too much, but can try my best if needed, as Van Mook dots an inside fastball for a strike. We can certainly try to make some adjustments. We can certainly try to bring the at-home entertainment or the anywhere entertainment if you're watching on your mobile device. And you're going to be with me, Jamie Flynn, the voice of the Red Hawks, and a couple of colleagues of mine that will be joining me as this one's chopped to the left side. The out is made a 5-4 put out between DeQuint and Roelvers to get out and eliminate the lead runner for France. The fielder's choice goes the way of the 5-3. 2 outs in the top half of the first inning. And that was Miguel Lopez with the 5-4 put out, excuse me, the shortstop. Now the 7th batter in the French order, Jose Paula, playing right field, number Excuse me. Looks like we have an early change for France, if I'm not mistaken. Here is a chance for the Red Hawks to test out how they're holding runners. Good stolen base from France there. Some action directly here in the Antwerp region. We have photographers everywhere. It's exciting time for baseball here in Belgium. So we have a miswritten jersey down, which happens. Everything happens in baseball, right? It's in softball. Lots of adjustments that need to be made. So we're seeing if it's a miswritten jersey or if it's the right player and just a different jersey number, which both are fine. This ball's chopped to the left side. I got people working on it, which is awesome to have. So it is, in fact, Jose Bala. He's just wearing number 24, and on the lineup card is currently number 31. So France in a scoring position here with 2 outs, a 1-1 count, I should say it was, with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. So Van Mook does throw one right past the 7th hitter in the French lineup as Morrow, 4 strikeouts through 2 innings, has been electric on the mound for the Belgian Red Hawks. We're here in Borgerhout. The airplanes are out on the airstrip in front of us in Borgerhout, the command tower to right field. And right now we'll be right back as the French team takes the field for the bottom half of the second inning. Back with Red Hawks Baseball 2025. I'm Jamie Flynn. We talked a little bit about my colleagues that'll be joining me in the booth. I will have Freddie Vibert. He's currently the manager of the Namur Angels down in the French-speaking side. And I'll also have Chad Herrera, a current import player for the Mont Saint-Guibert Phoenix down in the French-speaking side. Joining me at the weekends, Freddie will be with me tomorrow here at Borgerhout. But right now we have our third baseman for the Red Hawks, Dennis DeQuint at the plate. Dennis will take strike 1. Coach Dennis, one of the premier hitting coaches for youth baseball in Belgium at this time. A U15 national team coach at first base for the young Red Hawks. He sees a slider on the outside part of the plate called for a ball. Dennis does an excellent job connecting with young players. He does an excellent job working with hitters throughout the country, and he's a great hitter himself. Here he spits on a 1-1 slider that breaks off of his hip as a right-handed batter over the plates. So Malin ahead in the count. DeQuint does not look to go there, and Ken Macri down at first base agrees. So a check swing checked for Dennis DeQuint. Dennis DeQuint, a softball national team men's pitcher as well, had an excellent tournament with the Belgian national team who placed 3rd this summer. Tough pitch up and away to DeQuint, fouls it off, back over the right-hand side. over the streets, where there should be a lot of cars driving towards Euro baseball this weekend. 2-2 now. It's again fouled to the right side, so DeQuint turning it into what looks to be a quality at-bats, or that will end in a quality at-bats. Dennis, a Hoboken Pioneers man. Hoboken, recently a difficult playoff in the new system. First in the regular season, then not finishing first in the playoff. However, multiple championships for the Pioneers baseball program in the first division in Belgium over the last couple of years. Dennis, an excellent at-bat here, draws a 3-2 count. Some pressure on the French pitching side here as the wind picks up in Burgerhout. High fastball not offered at, as ball 4 is indicated by Jules Martina behind the plate. So Belgium, another leadoff walk. 2 innings in a row. We've seen no runs plated by either team. Only 1 hit from the French side in Felix Brown, second baseman for the French team. With DeQuint on first, Sam Boermans now steps to the plate, first baseman and native here. A Borger-out swirl through and through Sam Boermans. Sam playing first base tonight, a place that he knows very, very well on the field here at Borger-out. Sam, one of the premier power hitters in Belgium over the last number of years as well. Wearing the number 13 is Sam, hitting from the right side. Sam sees an unfavorable strike 2 call on the outer half of the plate as Coach Sven Hendricks works with Dennis DeQuint and Sam Boermans, giving signs from the third base coach's box. We have Tim Verhachtert is down the right field line. Tough name for me to work, even though I do know Tim very well. This ball is dirted before the plate. Boermans nowhere near offering it, but DeQuint scurries back over to first base. Also a good enough job blocking by the French catcher, Soliver. We'll have Freddie Tribert in the booth with me tomorrow, hoping to clean up some French names. He's got a lot of information on the French national team as Boermans offers it this high fastball, and this time, unlike DeQuint, goes down swinging for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. What this now means is that fellow U15 coach for Dennis DeQuint and left fielder tonight for the Belgian Red Hawks, Xander Verspreid, will step to the plate. Xander, he'll say it himself, struggled a bit out of the gate in the Belgian competition this year. Really found his stride, got selected again for the Red Hawks. Wearing and touting his pink bat tonight, takes a fastball called on the outer half. Xander, the third base coach, is on the other side of the field for U15 Belgium. Been in that role for the U12 team in Belgium for 2 years, and then has taken over as the third base coach for the last 2 years, qualifying Belgium for the A pool at the U15 level. Xander quickly in an 0-2 hole here. Doesn't liked the pitch. Maybe he's more disappointed in himself that he didn't pull the trigger rather than the disappointments from the body language in the call by Jules Martina behind home plate. Of course, these players for the Red Hawks, many of them in the Belgian competition, see these umpires on a regular basis. Here is the first pickoff attempt of the night from the French side. DeQuint back in safe over at first base. Some scattered clouds, but the sun trying to pop through. We have a little blue sky on the top side of your camera. Difficult to see with some of the reflections here in Borger-out. As the 0-2 to Verspreid is an elevated fastball that he does not offer at. Xander was a guy that had a lights-out tournament in a club European competition in 2024. So Xander, we know the bat can be there for tournaments. As he fouls this one back a little late, but in protect mode, or as his colleague, as far as U15 coaching staff is concerned, Dennis DeQuint would say, in aggressive mode, but swinging at a bigger zone of pitches. So Xander, a tough high and inside fastball there, does a great job of fouling it back. I would say he would probably consider that well done on that pitch. One pitch at a time for the Belgian Red Hawks here Threatening again, runner on first base. Here's the first off-speed pitch to Verspreet. It's well outside, a frisbee slider. Maybe a sweeper. Could be a sweeper. The pitch that's taking the world by storm over the last couple of seasons in North American baseball. This one is a jam shot for Verspreet. It is going to get enough behind, maybe right on top of our heads. Just over our heads. No thunder above us. The roof is still intact. And Verspreet's at bat is still intact. Xander playing left field for the Red Hawks, getting his opportunity. Choked up here, looking to find a way to put something in play to create some chaos against the French team. And he does. He rips a ball to right center field. It's going to get just short enough. Caught up in that wind in right center field. Drifted back towards the right fielder and was caught, but solid two-strike contact from Verspreet on the F9. Verspreet doesn't get it done for the Belgian Red Hawks on this occasion, so he'll turn to his outfield colleague, his outfield teammates. Number 1, Zion de Brouwer, playing right field this evening. Zion sees ball 1. Zion, another huge coach for what's happening in the youth baseball movement in Belgium right now. He, along with his mother, Karina, ever so present in what is happening in U12 and U15 ranks in Belgium. As strike 1 evens the count to the Brouwer. Zion, the third base coach for the U12 team in Belgium that played in Hobolka in Czech Republic this year. Zion scoring enough runs as the third base coach to see Belgium through and qualify for next year's A-Pool Championship. Zion not happy with that low strike call on a fastball. Many strikes tonight. Good quality baseball here for two teams who have high hopes in Euro Baseball 2025. Another slider in the dirt. DeQuint can steal a base, is a good base runner technically, runs the base as well, leads off very well, teaches that to our youth well at least. But probably not a running situation for him currently. De Brouwer, the better runner at the plate. There's another foul ball back by Zion. Zion, also a guy that is very well known and very well taken care of here by everybody at the Burgerhout Squirrels Club. A long-time Burgerhout Squirrel is Zion de Brouwer, now currently with the Hoboken Pioneers. As Zion whiffs at this offering for the second strikeout of the inning from the French pitching staff. So a good inning for France defensively. Nothing doing with the leadoff walk again for the Belgian Red Hawks. And right now we are through 2 innings here in Burgerhout, home of the Squirrels. We'll talk a little bit more about them as we move into the top half of the 3rd inning. Right now, we'll head to a break. Stick with us.
Yeah.
You have to sit down.
One. Burger Out Squirrels, the home of Euro baseball. D Pool, Pool D, hosting right now some friendly matches, the friendly series between L'Équipe de France and the Belgian Red Hawks, and we have a pitching change, the first one of the game. Lino Bellardini now pitching number 29 for the Belgian Red Hawks. Lino, a jack of all trades. Brascott Braves over to Hoboken Pioneers. Now back and recently crowned, one of the recently crowned Red Hawks as a Belgian champion in the new playoff system. Lino delivered strike one there. And as you see there, a ball lined back at Lino. Lino, a great defender as well. Nothing doing for the contact from the French batter up the middle. Lino, an easy 1-3 putouts to retire the first batter in the top of the third. Lino pitched only 10 innings for the Brascott Braves this season. Did have 9 strikeouts, so averaging almost 1 an inning as he flips in a curveball for ball 1. Issued only 2 walks, so a great ratio there. No wins, no losses. A guy that can pitch as he throws one really, really close and inside to number 9, Jose Paula. Excuse me, to Paulo Brossier. And Brossier is now ahead in the count, the left-handed batter. He's now ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. The 9-hitter for l'Équipe de France, Paulo Brossier. Right back to outside strikes, painted on the outside corner. Bellardini gets the count back in his direction for the Red Hawks. Gofo on the grass at the shortstop position, as is his Keystone counterpart, Rabarovas. Here's a favorable call yet again for Bellardini. Some groans from the French dugouts on the third base line. And a full count now for Bellardini. A quality bat regardless for Brossier. This ball fouled quickly and hard towards the parking lot on the left side, towards the Cantina de Burgerhout. Squirrels Baseball and Softball Club's Cantina over on the left field line side. Right behind the French dugouts. As Bellardini misses inside and Brossier draws a walk. So Bellardini now having somebody on first base, delivering a strike here, upper part of the plate. Fouled back. Mauro Van Mook's final line, he did face all 9 batters in 2 innings against l'Équipe de France. He did not face all 9 batters, I should say. He did not face all 9. That is Moulin on the other side for the French team, who has faced all 9 Belgian hitters through 2 innings. Right now, the leadoff batter for France in the center fielder as the runner is going on a good pitch to run on, a slider that was up, and I think Axel Poesmans was asking about the call, and it was, in fact, strike 3. So Bellardini gets his strikeouts. That's 2 now for Dimignan. And we do have a guest in our booth, in Freddie Vibert, who I will hopefully let on the microphone here with me shortly. This is a hanging slider that is not punished, although Robin Rovas is way in, and the ball is dropped. So there is your first time Borgerhout fans know well, but Red Hawks fans, maybe you don't. The wind here at Borgerhout can get a bit tricky, especially as we get into our evening times here, as an E4 happened just now for the Belgian Red Hawks and Robin Rovas. However, you do have to score to win a ball game, so the Red Hawks will have to get back after getting runners on base in the bottom of the third. Lino needs to knuckle down now. The team needs to knuckle down the Red Hawks to get out of this one with limiting only one run. So the catcher now, Nolan Solivière, is at the plate for l'Équipe de France. Runner on first as Bellardini loops in an off-speed pitch for strike one. Overcoming some adversity that happens at a tournament such as this, or such as what we'll be seeing this weekend. So Belgium having to now battle back. Seems to be normal enough as this ball is laced in front of Verspreit and left. No shot for Gofo or Verspreit, but the ball brought in quickly by the Belgian Red Hawks. So we now have, right at this point, runners on first and second for l'Équipe de France with 2 outs. So the inning is prolonged. Runners on base, scoring position again, as David Patrice steps to the plate for the second time this evening. So Patrice is up. Patrice, 5-3 ground out his last time up. Belgian Red Hawks certainly bringing many first pitch strikes to this friendly series so far, as Bellardini gets ahead in the counts. Patrice, the first baseman, his ground out, a basic one for Dennis DeQuint at third base. Belgium and the Red Hawks now hoping for something similar. Bellardini dots a fastball that, from my angle, certainly did not catch the corner, but the Red Hawks will take it. Early in an 0-2 count is Patrice. The third pitch in the count looks to be very similar to the second, but Martinez says it's a little bit further outside. And thus, a 1-2 count now with runners on first and second base. Right back at Lino. A bit of a high throw, but nothing that Sam Boermans at first base cannot handle. And then the French train is stopped there for the third inning. Right now, it is 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning in the favor of the guests of the visiting French team. And we will be back with you shortly for the bottom half, the Red Hawks half of the third inning. Stay with us. Back to the Belgian top half of the order here in the bottom of the third inning as Benjamin Gaufreau steps to the plate. Belgium now behind 1 run, but Benji laces one to the right side. A first pitch out for the French starting pitcher. Benji had walked his first time and said, I'm not having any of that. First pitch over the plate, solid enough contact, but no hole found towards the outfield. Steve Delanois now on the left side of the plate for the Red Hawks. We will be trying to bring you some guest speakers in the forms of players. As mentioned, I already plan to have Riley Donovan up to talk about the Belgian Wildcats and their wild week in Prague this last week. I've had visitors in the booth, as mentioned, such as Freddy Vibert, Martin Langezal, who's done a lot of our marketing for the Belgian Red Hawks in this tournament, has been in the booth, waved and said hello as Delanois chops this one to the right side, as well as the president of the Belgian Baseball and Softball Federation, Ludo Peters, who will be on with us tomorrow night here in Borgerhout. Steva in an 0-2 count here early in the third inning. Laces one hard to the left side. It's going to drop in front of the French left fielder. And thus, the Belgian Red Hawks have their first hit of the friendly series here in Borgerhout via an ex-squirrel, a squirrel that is still a squirrel in all the hearts of all the Squirrels members, and somebody very important to the club here for a long time, Steva Delanois. So Steva, with a quality at bat, driving the ball to the left side, will bring up Drew Jansa, number 7, the designated hitter for the Red Hawks. Drew, a pitcher and a hitter for Belgium, as they have several players, and that's why Drew laces one to center field, just out of the reach of the shortstop from the Équipe de France. Ball is bounced in from center field with no advancements of Steva Delanois to third base. So station to station for the Red Hawks, but back-to-back hits, encouraging as they're starting to get to the French starting pitcher this evening in Borgerhout. Moulin, now working into his third inning, will face catcher Axel Poesmans. Poesmans, a Belgian catcher, maybe the Belgian catcher, maybe the number 1 choice, as we mentioned. Oosterhout Twins, now his home club during the regular season, during the summer. An excellent season for him, for the Twins, for several Red Hawks playing up in Holland via the Twins. Of course, Drew Jansa at first base, also up in Holland, playing in the Hoofdklasse. Those two trying right now to go 3 and 4 after Delanois with hits, as Poesmans does hit one, and you hate to see that in a friendly match, as tough of a guy as Axel is, right off of his own foot, to get the count to 0-2. So Axel will take his time here, as any savvy umpire will allow him to do, the catcher. That's an important relationship, the catcher and the home plate umpire. So they're going to be as kind to each other as possible at all times. You see Jules Martina going over, restocking his balls, getting his pockets full so that, yeah, later we can speed up the game. But right now, we're going to allow it to slow down as Axel Poesman steps in with 2 strikes, and the ball is back in play. Poesman's laced this one right at the French bullpen. Luckily for the French bullpen, nothing doing there for the moment. Catcher's walking down. Their bullpen is down there. They're down there. There's a bench down there. Much different than my time playing here and coaching here against the Squirrels for many years. The bullpen now on the field for the third base dugout team. Very cool. A nice addition to what they have going on here infrastructure-wise. Poosmans does go down on strikes for his second strikeout of the evening. Catching being the job. Sometimes the hitting doesn't work out. And as the four-hitter, getting a little bit more attention with runners on base and one runner in scoring position. So Poosmans down on strikes. Robin Ruvas now, an excellent time for him to make up for what I think he would consider himself a difficult error in the top half of this third inning. He offers it the first one, which is an off-speed pitch low and away. So on time for a fastball, committed to it, swings through it, can happen with no strikes in the counts. Hoping to get Red Hawks up here in the booth, whether that's staff, whether that's players at some point this evening and tomorrow night. Same for l'Équipe de France. But right now it's Robin Ruvas, who gets the exact same pitch, but he learned. And he learned well. So he doesn't offer it this to get the count back to 1-1 on the low off-speed pitch on the outer half of the plate. Yes, we should have the technical director from France joining us at some point tomorrow as well. Who's here, who's excited for l'Équipe to work off of their 7th place finish in the 2023 edition of the European Championship. The Olympics coming back with baseball in Los Angeles in a few years. Teams ramping up in Europe, hoping to get one of those coveted spots. As Rubens offers again what is a changeup on the outer half, bringing it to a situation where the runners will be moving on a swing. It's a 2-2 count, so they will not be stealing quite yet, although if the ball's delivered here, it will be full count. But on a swing, they should be moving at this point. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Rubens hits one hard to the left side. Just foul, still taken on by the French third baseman. Again, for those over in France or around the world looking in, we hope to bring you a little bit more information and a little bit more statistical knowledge as far as l'Équipe de France is concerned tomorrow evening. We're working on some things tonight as well. But Aruva's a 444. This one's fouled to the right side. His weighted on-base percentage average is 444. So a guy who can get on base is Rob Aruvas. He only strikes out just over 7% of the time in the Belgian competition. So a good at bat, a good battle from him here. The second baseman for the Red Hawks. And there's Delanois moving as well as Druyas, but movement does not result in contact from Ruvas at the plate, and he goes down swinging via the strikeout. So the Red Hawks, again, every inning so far, the Red Hawks have stranded runners on base and have not been able to deliver the final blow, resulting in a run and the first run for the Red Hawks here in the friendly series being played against l'Équipe de France. We'll be right back. See if we get any more changes. We already see one on the mound for the Belgian Red Hawks as Axel Poosmans goes out to talk to him. We'll report the changes. We'll get back to you here shortly. It's Belgium Red Hawks baseball on a Monday night. Top half of the fourth inning here in Borgerhout, Antwerp region of Belgium. And new pitcher for the Belgian Red Hawks. Number 35, Nick Van Pillow, is on the mound. A Borgerhout Squirrel himself here. An excellent season for the Squirrels, finishing second in the Belgian competition. As Nick working quickly. Nick, a former pitcher, one who played in the United States, in college. Has not been doing a lot of pitching this year, but as there are friendly matches being played right now, Belgium using and getting a look at some of their arms, as Ventillo delivering a bit high. He did have 9 strikeouts this year on the mound to go along with 8 walks. Nick mentioned to me earlier in the season on our last broadcast that he is looking forward to doing what he can for the team in the outfield. He had an excellent season at the plate. This one is again to Felix Brown, delivered high. The base hit for Brown last time to the right side. And right now, I'm very happy to be able to bring into the booth with us here in Borgerhout Riley Donovan, who is a current Wildcats coach, the Belgian Wildcats, the softball ladies national team who just competed in Prague, recently back yesterday after their European Championship. Riley will be on with us in a moment as Felix Brown does walk and heads down to first base. Miguel Lopez, the shortstop now with Felix Brown over at first base. Ventillo dealing here with a 1-1 count in the top half of the fourth in Borgerhout, and I'm joined by Belgian Wildcats coach Riley Donovan, an import player here for the Hoboken Pioneers. Riley, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Here's a bunt over to the left side. Ventillo doing his thing and fielding it well. Sacrifice for l'Équipe de France. Riley, you just got back yesterday with the Wildcats, the softball ladies. How was the tournament for you? How was the tournament for the team?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty awesome week to be a part of. I'm super thankful that I got to be there. And yeah, the girls did an amazing job. We finished the tournament 5-1, and there was a lot of great softball, and it was an honor to be there.
Yeah, I think the team also very interested in being able to have you, and as a player right now in the Belgian competition, an extremely high and rare batting average and on-base percentage, and doing your thing with home runs. The MVP of last year's season here in Belgium, Coach Sven Hendricks, also the third base coach for the Red Hawks, is the manager for the Wildcats, and he brought you on. Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Sven and how he got you into coaching with the Wildcats?
Yeah, I met Sven last year. I think that he asked me to help out with the showcase a little bit, just to help out with the girls, and I joined for that week. And then shortly after that, he asked me to join for the practices and for the tournament last year. And we worked together really well, and we got along super well, and it seemed to be a great fit. So I continued to do it this year as well.
Yeah, and personally speaking to Sven about that experience and getting him now ready for the Red Hawks, he was thrilled with what you did, Riley, and what you did with the girls. I will hit you with one hard question for you, and so you can think about it and go back to it if you want to. But if there's a young softball player out there that's listening and watching a baseball game right now, what's maybe something that you would tell a young softball player as far as, her mentality is this ball's over to Dennis DeQuint? What's something you would say to a young softball player that's trying to rise through the ranks, get better? What's something motivational that maybe you'd say to a young softball player, Riley?
I think a huge thing is to always look at everything as a learning opportunity. I think oftentimes we can be a little too hard on ourselves. Um, and we have high expectations, and when those expectations aren't met, it can be super tough to work through. But looking at it from an objective standpoint and being able to learn from that experience rather than taking it to the next at bat or the next play, that's the best advice I can give to somebody. And just work hard every day. That's the best I give.
I'm hoping a lot of young girls are listening to you on that and are able to hear you. And I'm certain that the Wildcats took a lot of your mental game work that you do and learned from that over the past months. As this ball is laced to the center, it's past Delanois. An excellent effort for Steva, who knows the outfield here in Borgerhout very well, but that ball was moving a little bit too much to his left towards the right center gap. De Brouwer backs it up and gets it in, but that will plate the second run for l'Équipe de France this evening, as timeout is called to collect some protective material at second base. So the bottom of the order coming in with a hit here for l'Équipe de France. Riley, your second year in Belgium as a player, as a coach, something that you really like to do, but what is something that's for you, what is something that you would tell an American young player back home about this experience in Europe?
Oh boy, this experience has been so awesome. I mean, being able to connect with different people and see the game in a different way, and being able to play, just seeing so many players being able to play as long as they want. Really, it's such a great opportunity for so many people. Yeah, amazing. That's what I would tell people for sure.
And Riley, let's talk a little bit about the Wildcats and their week this last week. So for those following the Belgian Wildcats, the women's softball team, the seniors last year, of course, 2024, the team qualified for the top 12 after the first 2 days. A little bit different for the Wildcats this year. Can you talk a little bit about that experience that you just had down in Prague, how you're feeling about the girls, how proud you are of them, anything that you'd like to mention about the Wildcats from this past week down in Prague?
Yeah, these girls, they worked hard. They worked hard every single day, and I think that it was super cool just to see them work through their own mental game and see them push through and seeing them really shine, because a lot of them took their opportunities and really ran with it, and that was pretty amazing to see. I was super excited for them. I think that's the best part, is being able to see these girls work on something specific and then seeing it all come to fruition on the field. That's pretty amazing.
Riley, you're a natural with your verbiage, with how you speak, how you are handling the microphone for a first time. This is really, really good. I'm not sure if the Belgian Red Hawks would want you to come back up after this type of inning that they're going through right now. Another base hit for the French team. Riley, you're now here 2 years, starting to get used to it. You're living in the Dutch-speaking side, correct?
True, yes.
So you're getting to experience multiple cultures in a small country, work with young athletes. Did you think coaching for you was something while you were a player? Now you're a two-time national champion at the NAIA level as this ball's hit to left center field. Xander Verspreit slips and is down, although he popped back up. That is going to plate 2 runs. Nothing Xander Verspreit could do in left field on that. He looked like he was tracking it fine, and that the rain that we've been seeing over the last 24 hours just caught up to him a little bit there. So difficult one for Xander in left field. Riley, back to you about that. Being able to experience different cultures, being able to be given an opportunity to coach. Let's talk a little bit about you and how you felt as a player or towards the end of your career. Was coaching something that you saw in your future coming forward?
Yeah, I think that it was it's something that I always was interested in. It's something I am very passionate about the game, and I love to pass that on to those after me. I think it's very exciting. I wasn't sure how that would work, because I think anybody coming straight from playing into coaching, you're so used to being on the field, and that's a different experience, being back in the dugout, and you have a different role, and you really have to be there for players in a different way. But it was such an amazing experience, and it's so cool able to, it's so rewarding to be able to be there for the girls and try to give them different tools to be successful in their own careers in sports. So that was pretty amazing, and it makes me want to continue on for as long as I can.
And that's much needed here in Belgium, where coaches, quality coaches such as yourself, are not always growing on trees. We're finding ways to get them involved at all of the levels. As the wind's picking up here in Worgerouts, our door included on the ground. So we'll need to note that down, that we make sure that people are shutting the door coming in and out of our booth. Riley, I'm really happy to have you on the mic with me. Thank you for coming over and being a part of this. The girls were obviously thrilled with what you did and your coaching staff. Nikki Mertens also involved with that, bringing back Eveline de Wolf. We can talk a little bit about her. You have a little relationship with Eveline, and of course Thomas is he's not here tonight with the Red Hawks, but he is on the final roster of the Red Hawks. How do you feel the coaching staff is? Do you feel there's a good balance? Do you feel that the coaches did everything they could to make sure the girls had a good experience down in Prague?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that having Evelyn come down and come with us, she did a great job making sure that the girls were healthy and trying to be there for them in any way they could. And then with the rest of the coaching staff, I feel like we have a super good dynamic, and we tried to, especially with shout out to Esther as well, trying to make sure that the coaches could stay coaching with all of her logistics and technical stuff, doing that for us. That was pretty amazing as well. So I feel like we worked really well together.
Well, Riley, thank you so much for all you're doing for Belgian softball. We didn't even get into the fact that you've helped with some youth baseball at times here in Belgium, with some practices for the national teams over the past summers. And Belgian baseball and softball are extremely happy to have you here, to share your knowledge, to share your positiveness all around the game. Thank you for being on tonight. You're going to be around for Euro Baseball this weekend watching the Red Hawks, correct?
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, so we will be seeing you. Make sure you say hi to Riley, for those of you that know her in and around the field. Right now, we'll clean up a little bit about what happened in the top half of the fourth inning, and the Red Hawks will try to get on the board when we get back with you next. New pitcher for l'Équipe de France, the second one this evening, is number 17, Esteban Priolo. Priou, I think, is how it's pronounced correctly. We'll check with Freddie Vibert tomorrow. That was Riley Donovan on the mic with me. Thanks to Riley for being on, one of the awesome coaches here in Belgium for the Belgian Wildcats. Placing 13th at the recent European Championship of 21 teams is Dennis DeQuint. Does offer, is not happy with Ken Macri down at first base, who called it. Riley's doing a great job of bringing positivity to our sport, working with youth players, working with softball ladies, primarily here in Belgium. But an excellent tournament from the Wildcats in any case. So Dennis DeQuint now is the first to face Priou, number 17, who is a left-handed pitcher. Dennis behind in the count now. Priou struck out 51 this season, walked 34 with a 4-2 record on the mound at the club level, as he does not get around this one and has an off-speed pitch back up on him. Stay in the left-handed batter's box. Yeah, we'll see who else is on tonight. After the game, we'll bring on some Red Hawks as we keep pumping up and getting excited about Euro Baseball 2025. The Pool D here, as Dennis gets a favorable call on a high breaking pitch. No other changes for the moment aside from pitchers for both teams. Dennis DeQuint walked his first AB, is now gotten to a full count, worked to a full count, and gets a low fastball. Lower than the French battery would have liked, and therefore ball 4 to DeQuint, so he'll walk for a second time in the evening. For those of you catching up on the scoring, it is 4-0 for France. But DeQuint, a second leadoff walk in as many of at bats, he walked to lead off the second. And Sam Boderman's hometown hero here in Borgerau for the Squirrels steps to the plate from the right side. Sam still at first base, looking to take advantage of maybe some right-handed batters against the left-handed pitcher here. Maybe not a move that necessarily would be made if they're thinking about that, but in friendly games, you just want to get work for your players, get them warmed up, get them in baseball mode, get them competing. The new 3-batter rule is also important, so it's very likely that as a pitcher, even if you come in to get a righty or a lefty and have that righty-righty matchup, lefty-lefty matchup, you are going to face somebody that's batting from the other side, pinch hitters, 24-man rosters. So some work for Priou here as he deals to Boermans. The ball is caught by the French catcher deep, as we do teach our young catchers, on a high breaking pitch, but it is not called a strike by Jules Martina behind the plate. France also just had their championship this past weekend, finished in the first division, their highest division. It was again Rouen who was winning this, as this breaking ball inside is not making Priou very happy. It's several calls going in the favor of the Red Hawks here after his earlier strike call to Dennis DeQuint that seemed to go in his favor. So right now, a tighter zone from Jules Martina as Boermans lifts one high to the right side over the Red Hawks dugouts. Mark Jansa certainly testing some things here for the Red Hawks. Sven Hendricks hoping to get some work as a third base coach recently and freshly out of the Vans back from Prague with the softball ladies, as you mentioned with Riley. You have Jackson Longhofer down in the bullpen as the bullpen coach, as Boermans takes a low strike for 4. Jakob Vankura also coming over from Prague. The Czech man is the pitching coach for your Red Hawks. And Erwin Verspreet on the bench. We already talked about Tim Verachtert, who is currently speaking scouting reports and taking all of the goodies off of Sam Boermans' left arm, all the protective goodies, that is. We have our first mound visits. And what that allows me to do is that allows me to shout out a little bit ballgamemetrics.com, which is where we get all of our handy-dandy notebook stats. And that's presented to me by, of course, Arno Verbeke, who is my right-hand man during this tournament. Very much looking forward to working with him. I've worked with his son several times with the youth national team. Me, myself, leading the U12 and the U15 national teams for baseball here in Belgium. Got the opportunity to work with Arno's son back in 2021, where it all started for our current youth staffs here in Belgium, where the Mortsel Stars at the time, now Canton Croda, just across the airport also, were hosting the European Championship for the U12. Here's Xander Verspreet, who you can see on your camera has a little black on his pants, and that is not eye black, that is from falling in left. I'm sure that his family and friends will make fun of him later for that. Me not being one of them, of course. His pink bats at this time with 1 strike. And now ball's past the catcher. Good read from both Red Hawks. So that will move runners up 1 base and give Belgium exactly what the doctor ordered, which was a very good chance to punch back and to play to run here in the bottom half of the fourth. Hopefully we can get through several more innings here in Borgerhout as we're now 10 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. No lights, no high enough ones anyway here in Borgerhout, but I do see the Red Hawks are warming up another pitcher down in the right field bullpen. The Équipe de France staying warm down on the left side. Verspreit, a big hack. Nothing doing as the count moves to 1-2. Esteban Priou, he has his work cut out for him with runners on second and third as you get a good look of the buildings behind the cantina here at the Borgerhout Squirrels down the third base line. Verspreit nicely fouls one back. Competitive enough two-strike situation there. Xander now 1 ball, 2 strikes. We get a time called. So a pitch mix-up or a defensive shift. We now see l'Équipe de France playing in. Infielders in, that is. Verspreit does get through the infield that's in. We'll see Sven Hendricks will send another player home. The ball is bounced over the mound. The catcher wisely in the right spot to stop things, but Verspreit brings around via 2 RBIs and a base hit with his lucky pink bat the first 2 runs of the friendly series for the Belgian Red Hawks. Xander Verspreit now at first, and that gives Zion de Brouwer, with nobody out, an opportunity to work one of his many skills that he has, which is a bunt, so he does square around. Pitches in for a ball. We're taking notes, we're learning, but de Brouwer does get one lined into left field here, as both corner outfielders for the Belgian Red Hawks keep the hit party going. And what's very nice for the Belgian Red Hawks at this time is the bottom half of their lineup turns it over to the top half. And so we are going to see a pinch hitter here for Benjamin Goffo, and that is in. Now the name is Raxon Martinez Miranda, hitting from also the right side of the plate. He'll be instantly in a bunt situation, and he lays down a great one. An excellent bunt. He does not dig it out at first, but it is an excellent, excellent bunt where you're supposed to do it to the third baseman, make him field it. Tough to think about going to third base. And so the pinch hit turns into a pinch bunt, and it's very well done by the Red Hawks. So runners on second and third. This ball's hit high, but not too deep to right field. So no tag from Verspreit. So an effective out for l'Équipe de France. Strands runners at second and third. The Red Hawks now coming to the plate is Drew Janse, number 7, the designated hitter. This will be his third at bat of the evening. Drew walked his first AB before coming up with the first hit of the evening for the Red Hawks. Second hit of the evening, behind Steven Delanois. Drew takes an inside fastball for a ball. Belgium's look like this in the fourth. An excellent punchback inning for them in the bottom half. A walk, a hit past an infield that was in by Zander Verspreet. Zion de Brouwer, an excellent hit to left field. A sacrifice bunt by Raxon Martinez Miranda. Then a pop fly to the right fielder, and now we see Drew Janses. It was Yves Posmans, the fly ball to right field. It was Yves, so Yves was on the lineup card, a long lineup card. As Drew intelligently hits one hard to the right side, lots of space there. He will get a base hit for the Red Hawks. He will play to run for the Red Hawks. Zion de Brouwer will move up to third base for the Red Hawks. And a ground ball that gets through the right side for Drew Janse gives him an RBI and keeps the Red Hawks going here in the bottom half of the fourth. As the PA broadcaster would say, your attention please, now hitting for the Belgian Red Hawks. It's number 4, it's Arthur Heymans, Namur Angels product. So Arthur is ready to hit and swings and offers at the first pitch, fouling it off to the right side. Arthur Heymans, a do-it-everything guy for my fellow broadcaster, my color commentator that will be with me tomorrow, Freddy Vibert. Down in Namur. Arthur really prides himself on making contact, not striking out too often, so we'll see what he does here. He does take an outside fastball for a strike, so he's quickly into an 0-2 hole here. We'll see if Sven Hendricks goes with something here in the first and third situation for the Red Hawks with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. He does indeed, and France elects to go for the fake throw down to second, and Zion de Brouwer did not jump. So Drew Janse, with a defensive indifference, moves up to second base. As mentioned, Arthur Heymans gets to a 2-strike count and battles it off. Battles off a 1-2 pitch there. Some movement on it, even if it looked to be middle enough of the plate. And Arthur fights it off, looking for another run for the Red Hawks. A very optimistic check down to Ken Macri, who was all over it for Arthur. He did not go. Didn't look so from here as well. Ken agreed. So Arthur working the count here in the bottom of the fourth for the Red Hawks. He gets one over the middle outer part of the plate, hooks it to the left side. No trouble for the shortstop of the French team, and so a 6-4 putout, 6-3 putout, excuse me, ends the fourth inning for the Red Hawks. Stay with us. We'll announce some changes. We'll let you know what's going on. The sun is creeping away, so we may have a couple more innings left of French baseball versus the Red Hawks here in Borgerhout. We'll be right back. Top of the fifth inning at Burgerhout, and some changes to report for the Belgian Red Hawks. Raxin Martinez Miranda stays in, number 17, and will take over as shortstop. Arthur Heymans will take over behind the plate for Axel Poesmans. Axel's brother will move to center field, number 8, Yves Poesmans, to do the leadership role in center. Nick Vantillo stays on the mound for the Belgian Red Hawks to face L'Équipe de France in the top half of the fifth. We have a 4-3 ball game in favor of the visitors currently. Then Vantillo now is ahead in the count with 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Third at bat for Nolan Solivier, the catcher for l'Équipe de France. He goes down swinging as Heymans tosses it around. DeQuint, Martinez, Rovers back to DeQuint. And Vantillo has himself a strikeout against the third batter in the French order. France carrying, just like the Red Hawks, 24 players up to Holland for their part in the European Championship Euro Baseball 2025. 10 pitchers currently on the staff. 11 of their players from France are playing currently in the competition over in France, while 13 of them are playing college baseball, pro baseball, or elsewhere abroad, as Martinez Miranda gets his first shot, and he nails it. A 6-3 putout is out number 2 for Nick Vantillo and the Red Hawks in the top half of the fifth inning. Another change we missed to report is that Drew Janssens is moving from DH into right field. So we'll see what that looks like as far as the lineup and the batting order is concerned as we move later into the bottom half of the fifth. But Drew's getting an opportunity to stretch his legs a bit in right. It's Vantillo with an over-the-top arm action delivers a strike there to Felix Brown. Felix has scored a run for France today and singled and walked. He's been on base both times. Now his third at bat against Vantillo. He finds himself in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heymans blocks up the offering from Vantillo there. And Felix Brown stays hot as you get to sit on the call with me for our first home run here at Burgerhout this week. Felix Brown, the second baseman for l'Équipe de France, goes oppo taco to the left side. A home run, a solo shot against Nick Vantillo. So Brown adding a home run and extending the lead 5-3 in the top half of the fifth. Brings Miguel Lopez, the shortstop, to the plate for France. Vantillo quickly working behind in the count. As mentioned, there was some action in the Belgian bullpen. There is no longer. So we'll see if we get one more arm from Belgium this evening in our shortened game. Good crowd tonight. First friendly for the Red Hawks. Happy to be here with you. Thanks for being online with us. Our first test run for Euro Baseball 2025's D-Pool. We're here broadcasting on YouTube. As mentioned, we will get some Red Hawks on with us, some visitors, to talk a little bit about what Team Belgium wants to do and what their goals are for this Euro Baseball 2025 campaign. As ball 4 is delivered to Miguel Lopez, he'll trot down to first base. We thank you so much for your feedback that we've been getting via YouTube, via some text messages on how we can do better to bring you baseball into your homes, onto your mobile phones. Right now we have a pitching change for the Red Hawks as manager Mark Janssens is out on the field in the middle of your screen, walking away from the pitcher's mound, and it's Lucas Rizzi. He's now taking over for the Red Hawks, and we'll be back shortly to bring you 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch running against Lucas Rizzi. And the stolen base is easily taken by Miguel Lopez. Jose Paula is now up to the plate for l'Équipe de France. We had him down as number 31, if you'll remember earlier in the game, and he's number 24. So we're here in Burgerhout. We're hoping we can keep this sunlight up long enough for one and more at bat for the Red Hawks. As Rizzi goes high for ball 2. Lucas Rizzi, another guy that does a lot of things Belgian baseball, softball related. Softball player also in Belgium for men's softball. Wearing number 19 for the Red Hawks. And he gets his ground ball. And it's just in time at first base. Raxon Martinez Miranda, his 2 chances, he makes good of them in the inning, and the Red Hawks strand a runner on second base. That was just after Felix Brown went the opposite way for the only run scored in the top half of the 5th, and now what we're looking at is probably the final at-bats this evening for the Belgian Red Hawks. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Bottom half of the fifth here at Borgerhout, Redhawks baseball. Team Belgium looking to try to make this short game into a tie game or a win for the Redhawks here, but they're going to need a couple of runs, starting with Robin Rubens, who does take strike one. Now outside, the count is even at 1-1. Robin has popped up to the first baseman and struck out today. So right into Euro baseball preparations here at Borgerhout. Exciting game against France. 8 runs so far total. Rovens laces one back, foul. Count evens up at 2-2 again. Redhawks needing to get some runners on base here to try to keep this game right where it is or get closer as Rovens strikes out for the second time this evening on an inside breaking ball. Redhawks did get to the lefty pitcher last inning, and that all started with a walk by Dennis DeQuint. His second of the game. Dennis with 2 walks. He'll stride to the plate. 0 for 0. Dennis having scored the first run for the Redhawks via the hit by Xander Verspreet. Dennis gets a favorable inside call there. The French team not happy about it on the left side. There is some movement and some activity down in the French pen, whether that's another arm coming in as dusk settles upon us here at Borgerhout, or if that's just to get a guy working, as Dennis is going to get a hit to the left side. Oh, is he? A good play. Well, an infield hit, at least for those of you scoring at home. I was quite sure it was going to be a hit, and it was. It was a hit, but well stabbed at and grabbed by the shortstop from l'équipe de France. Dennis DeQuint, base knock for your Redhawks, and that brings, again, hometown boy Sam Bodermans up to the plate. So the home crowd, those around the Borgerhout area, those around the Antwerp region, get the opportunity to see Sam at bat a few times tonight in a Redhawks jersey. Sam still over at first base for the Redhawks defensively, but right now trying to get the train rolling again with Dennis. Sam not happy about 2 painted pitches on the outside half. Definitely pitcher's calls there from Jules Martinez. 0-2 count here as Boerman settles in. Sam laces one right at the third baseman. The out is made at second, and the double play is completed via the pick of the first baseman. Great 5-4-3 double play by l'équipe de France, and if I'm seeing right, I believe Jules Martina just called ball game. It is getting a little darker here. The lights are starting to pop up over at the airport. There, you got a good shot of it in your screen right now. You have, well, not anymore, but you did have the control tower over the right field foul line. There it is. One of the control towers here at the Antwerp airport. Left of your screen, if we had a magnifying glass way out there, are a couple other Belgian baseball and softball clubs here. This is an excellent place for Belgian baseball and softball. A lot of it happening in this part of Antwerp. To the left, on the other side of those soccer fields, is the Deurne Spartans, former champions in recent years of Belgian baseball as well. They will host the teams for pregame, and will be working with all of the teams coming over, the 4 teams that will be participating in the D pool here: Hungary, Austria, Croatia, along with the Redhawks. We will be taking a short break, and next we'll be having a couple of guest speakers that you know well. One was our starting pitcher tonight for the Redhawks. We hope you stay with us, And we'll talk tomorrow and bring on some other Red Hawks here shortly. You're listening to Red Hawks Baseball here at Borger Squirrels. All right, Belgium Red Hawk fans, we are going to present you with our post-game lineup here of players and coaches from the Red Hawks who are going to come in and help me hype up a little bit more of what we have going on here for Euro Baseball 2025 and the D pool, which will be starting this Saturday. First bit of note that is important for you to know is tomorrow night, same place, same time, the Red Hawks will be playing again l'Équipe de France for game number 2. On day 3, the final friendly match will be played at the Merchtem Cats, same time, but down in Merchtem. Tonight, I will have 3 guests joining me in the booth, and we'll bring you in live with our camera as well into our setup here at Borgerhout. First, I'll have starting pitcher Maro Van Mook. He'll be joining me to talk about his evening with the Red Hawks on the mound. A good quality start from Maro. Then we'll bring in young player Robbie DeBoy, who will be also joining me, followed by the Red Hawks pitching coach. So stay with us. We'll get them in the booth here as soon as they're post-game meeting is over on the field. We're looking forward to it. Hope you're looking forward to it, and as we continue to bring you Red Hawks baseball from Borgerhout. Welcome back, Red Hawks fans, l'Équipe de France supporters. We're now turning towards the booth here as I have luckily with me our first guest from the Belgian Redhawks. It is Robbie Dubuis. We are working through our cameras. Robbie's so helpful to allow us to have him be the first guinea pig. Robbie, good game from the team tonight. Happy with what you guys saw, stretching the legs, getting a chance to play first competitive game in a while together?
Yeah, it was a really good game for a first game. That's why he plays games. It's a preparation game, so really happy what we saw today, I guess. Yeah.
Awesome. Robbie, you're recently a champion in Belgium with the Brascott Braves. Huge congratulations. How was that season for you guys? I mean, of course, you're happy winning the title, but did you feel like it all came together at the right time? Tell me a little bit about what it was to win a Belgian championship. That's your first, correct?
Yeah, it's my first championship. We kind of had a slow start to the season, but we grew as a team, and towards the end, we were the best team in the league, for sure.
And how do you feel about you personally, and you have some Braves players on your team, of course, with you, some teammates that are here with the Redhawks, which is very cool. How do you feel about taking that momentum and turning it into now what can happen and what is possible for the Redhawks?
I think we can be pretty confident about the team we have, especially with the amount of Braves we have on this team. So, yeah, I'm looking really forward to this tournament.
Yeah, I think we all are here in Belgium, and Robbie, we're really behind you and everything that Coach Mark and the rest of the staff are doing. Soon we're going to get Coach Jakob in here. You've gotten some time now to work with him to get understanding his pitching philosophy, coming over from another country, from a good baseball country in Czech. Can you tell us a little bit about how it is working with him, how it's been, and give people that don't know the everyday going on with what Coach Jakob is preaching to you guys, give us a little bit of insight on that.
Yeah, he's a guy with a lot of knowledge, a lot of, well, he played himself, so he knows a lot about the game. He knows a lot about pitching, and he's able to bring that over to us. So I really enjoy working with him. I've learned a lot from him in recent years.
And that's the goal always as a younger pitcher as you are, you know, recently with the national teams, having youth success with the national teams, you and I a couple years back, excellent success over in Eastern Europe. And so, Robbie, final words before I leave you is please let our Belgian supporters understand or know a little bit more about what it is to sit on the bench and read a game like that as a pitcher, as a player, you know, not getting in the game today. Where is your mindset at as far as what your next job is going to be on the field? How do you treat that? How do you handle that? Because that's something that if you're active in the dugouts as you were, you can find a way to be successful in the coming days. Talk a little bit about your preparation for the next 2 days against France and how that looks for you as a player.
For me today, I was looking at the more technical side. So I was looking out for what a pitcher is doing, what kind of situations to prepare myself when I need to go on the mound. Like, what do I need to do in those certain situations? For example, we had a pitching switch, and right after they stole. And so that's the thing that good teams do a lot. And so that's a moment for me to learn, like, oh, when I come in a game, I need to watch out for that. So, yeah, it's kind of thinking about the technical side and being ready for when you need to go out there.
Robbie Dubuis, everybody, is very prepared after his championship in Brascott and now for the Belgian Redhawks. Robbie, huge congratulations to your selection. Huge congratulations and success for the rest of this week. We're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robbie. We'll be right back with our next guest. Stay with us. Thank you. Redhawks fans, we're back with Coach Jakob, our pitching coach here for Belgium, for the Belgian Redhawks and for Euro Baseball 2025's D Pool. Coach Jakob, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Very, very much a pleasure. And we just talked to Robbie DeBoy, one of your arms. We are going to have your starting pitcher from tonight, Marl Van Mook, on. We noticed a lot of first pitch strike from your pitchers. Can you tell us a little bit about your pitching plan tonight, and maybe something about what you're going to do with the plan for the next 2 days against France?
It's pretty simple. Those 3 preparational games we have against France, we want to see all the pitchers on the mound. So they're going to be limited. We want to see how they feel right now, like what's their status physically and mentally, so we can make a proper plan for the EC, although we do have a rough plan already, but we want to just see if that plan's going to be working.
Yes, and of course understanding how much you guys have done preparation-wise, you have a plan A through Z is how that works. First guy in here tonight was Robbie, who didn't pitch, who might be on the plan in the coming days. Maro's going to be the next guy. So huge ups to you guys and all the preparation that you guys have done under Coach Mark Janse. How is it for you to come over and to be a part of the staff? This is now the second time you're being a part of the staff with the Redhawks. Are you feeling more comfortable? Is the drive getting easier for you? How are you liking being in Belgium and being a part of Team Belgium?
I love it being here. Even with the previous coach, Coach Garcia, it was fun. I know him for a long time. He coached me in Regensburg back in the days. It's really great to see such a group of people who have the passion for a sport, and they might lack some experience and knowledge, and that's what I hope I'm bringing.
Yeah, we had some great things that were said by Robbie about those things that you are bringing. He says you're really an intelligent coach. As a player, you're able to, as a former player, you're able to bring that experience to the Belgian Redhawks pitching staff. Can I ask you one more question before we go, which is, what is something, we talked about first pitch strikes. We noticed that as a booth that was very important. Can you give us one other thing that you're preaching to your pitchers right now that you're hoping that they will excel in and be able to handle as they get towards the weekend?
Yes, it's confidence. I think a lot of Belgian players think, oh, Belgian baseball is not that good, and I'm always repeating to them, they're better than they think. I'm from Czech Republic, the story of Czech baseball, they made it through WBC. I know the Czech players back and forth, and I can tell you honestly, they're not better than Belgian players. They have just higher confidence, and we're lucky because of the confidence, because the way they carry themselves on the field, they believe in themselves, they can win. And if we can change that, if the Belgian players believe they can win, they will be winning.
Well, I can tell you everybody watching and staying on with us tonight really believes in you guys. We are fully behind your staff, your players, your pitching staff. Your catchers are, of course, involved in that. And we are absolutely behind you guys, and we're going to do our best to make sure that we bring quality, confident baseball to Borger out over the next week or so. So thank you so much, Coach Jakob, for being on with us. I'll let you continue your preparations into the next 2 days, and hopefully we can get you back on the mic at some time this weekend. Thank you very much.
Anytime, Jimmy. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back. We have starting pitcher Mauro Van Mook on with us here shortly. Thanks. We'll be with you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Kind of like his innings tonight, Mauro Van Mook was here really quickly, so we're into our final interview of the night. And Mauro, 4 strikeouts and a lot of first pitch strikes tonight. That's a recipe for a really good outing in 2 innings. How do you feel out there?
I felt great, honestly. To be honest, I always try to maintain a stoic mindset right before my game. And that's what's been helping me so far. And it helped me today. It's helping me during the season. So
It helped you a lot at Oosterhout Twins this year. You had an excellent season there. The team had an excellent season, which is also really great. That vibe bounces back and forth. How was it up in Holland for you your first year? And then, of course, you got to come back and be a part of the playoff system here in Belgium. But how do you feel your growth has been? How did you feel that first experience up there was?
honestly, the year with Oosterhout has been amazing for my part and also from the team's part. Uh, Great group of guys. Like it was, I played there when in the youth, and honestly, it felt like I never left. I just came right back there. Knew some guys I played with the youth, but even the new guys with way more experience than I have on a national, international level. It was great to have those teammates, and we always picked each other up. Even on a good day, always congratulating me if I pitched well, picking me up if I mean it's not that I pitched really bad, but like some games were a bit less than others, which is normal. But always picking me up, always grinding on the on practices, and always just being behind like each other and like it was just great, honestly.
Coach Jakob talked a lot about how a confident Belgian player can be just alongside the best players in Europe, some of the best players in Europe. How do you mention it with Osterhout? How is the group's confidence right now as a group? I mean, you're playing with some players that played at Twins with you, so you have a couple that you were carpooling with regularly, some that even from Spartans that you know, or from Brussels Kangaroos when you were there. How's the vibe right now in the group as far as the confidence is concerned? I mean, everybody's not worried so much about a 5-3 defeat in a short game, things like that. How are you guys vibing in the dugout right now?
Honestly, vibe in the dugout is always great. It's like because we all know each other. Not even if we played or didn't play with each other, it's always like a big family, and that's kind of what you feel right in the dugout. It's just that sometimes, as the game goes on, I mean, sometimes we're a bit more down, but we pick each other up pretty quickly. So it's like there's no issue in the dugout, and as a group itself, it's always great to be there. And also with Coach Jakub, he's right. Like every player right here with the good amount of confidence we should be able to beat these teams. I mean, in my opinion. But yeah, like like he said, confidence is a pretty big thing, and I feel like that family vibe we have that can help each other have enough confidence with the following games. So
And Mauro, I think final question for me, because it's also important for our people there that might not be here on a Monday night. They might be coming home from work, coming home from school, but they could be here supporting you in person this weekend. How was the bullpen? How is that mound? How's it feeling? How's it looking here from in Borgerhout?
honestly, it might be the best mound I've thrown on this year. Honestly, it's really a really good mound. In the Netherlands, you have some good mounds too. Like the one at Hoofddorp is pretty good too, but this is up to par. It's really, really great. The bullpens, I've seen the bullpen that was built over there.
Yeah.
Too bad I haven't pitched on it yet, but it looks great from the outside. The bullpen on our side of the dugout was also great. Like I'm even surprised the bullpen mound from the bullpen right there is better than some mounds in game like on the fields here in Belgium. So that was great, and just like getting on the mound right there, always pretty nice to have Axel as a catcher as well. So that's like just amazing, honestly.
Yeah, you two did a great job, and we hope that we're going to see a lot more of that coming up. And we're all rooting for you. Everybody is, and we're really excited to see what the Red Hawks are going to do here. A very exciting moment in Belgium. Mauro, the last thing I want to ask you about, I'm changing. I'm going to make you answer one more question because I know you'll stay in the booth with me as long as I ask you to. You've been doing an excellent job in the past year or so of also helping out in the youth baseball in Belgium. Can you, if you have a youth baseball player that's getting ready for school tomorrow and they're watching there right now, can you say one thing to them about how they can get to be a Red Hawk where you are, how they can be an effective, confident, early 20s pitcher that's doing their thing, playing well, and give them some words of advice for me, please.
Honestly, listen to what Coach Jakub has to say. Confidence is a very big thing, but just believe in yourself. It all starts with yourself. If there's no belief in yourself, it won't come from anybody else, unfortunately, even though you can have a lot of support. But at the end of the day, just believe in yourself, have a lot of confidence, and listen to your coaches. Pick up, it's like a menu. It's not like one coach has a perfect recipe. It's like you get a lot of coaches with a lot of recipes. Just pick the best things from what you believe is the best thing for you, and just have confidence and have fun while you're young, honestly.
Mauro, confidence to you and to the Red Hawks. Thank you so much for being on with me. We'll have you again on this weekend. I'm very sure about it. But very good luck. Continue to rehab and get ready for your next appearance. Thanks, buddy.
See you. See you guys.
Thanks, Mauro. Belgian Red Hawks faithful, thanks for sticking with us through the rest of the evening. We're very much looking forward to game 2 of the friendly series between L'Équipe de France and the Belgian Red Hawks, which will be here tomorrow night, 6 p.m. as well. We could get started a little bit earlier as we did today, depending on traffic, depending on Belgian players working, depending on the weather. So be ready between 5 and 6 p.m. for that start time, and we'll bring you Red Hawks baseball. Thank you for being alongside me, Jamie Flynn. Again, this is a real pleasure to be a part of what the Red Hawks are doing here as they try to work towards Holland and Euro Baseball 2025. For all of us in the studio tonight, we're out. Thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.